Divine greetings. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Best at Cree. I know it's been a while. Life has been very busy, but I'm back. Today I want to share with you some of our philosophies here at the Natural House of Wellness. Whether you're detoxing, you're cleansing, or you're just trying to have a healthy approach to eating. Something that we suggest before you do any of that is dealing with the mind. The mind is a very powerful tool. Okay, based on wherever we are, however old we are, the habits we've developed, it may be challenging, to completely cut out certain foods or cut out certain habits, or to take those bitter herbs that's actually good for our body, that's going to detox and cleanse on a cellular level. Okay. But if we deal with the mind by putting up positive affirmations, putting them in a car, putting them on a refrigerator, putting them on a cuticle, they serve as point of references. Point of references at that time when we're weak, when we feel like we just need that baked potato during lunchtime, and we look at it and we see that affirmation that's affirming and telling us that our body is sacred and so is our life, that's telling us that we are what we eat. It helps us to stay on that journey, to stay on that cleanse, to stay strong to that healthy change of eating. Okay, so definitely dealing with the mind, putting up those affirmations, gathering those resources, those books, those tools to help encourage us during this transition. The next thing is our spiritual foundation. Whatever your background is, utilizing this time to spiritually fortify yourself. Whether you're Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Rasta, Kemetic, West African spirituality, so no matter what it is, use this time to tap into your spirituality, because we recognize that healing takes place on all three levels: the spirit, the mind, and then the body. If there is an ailment or illness, that illness first takes place on the spirit level, and then it manifests itself in the physical form. Okay, so utilizing this time to spiritually fortify yourself. Once you've dealt with the mind, we recognize that for so many people, people socialize around food. So when you tell someone, hey, stop eating fast food, or don't eat that white sugar or white flour anymore, not only have you taken away that food or that item, but you've taken away a lifestyle. You've taken away a habit. For a lot of people on the weekend, people socialize by eating out. But I'm here to let you know that you can do this. Instead of creating those events or socializing out, gather in, cook a big pot of food, or ask someone to bring over some healthy foods, or find those places that serve those wholesome foods, and you can socialize that way. Okay, so we know that when we change, we feel like, oh, I can no longer socialize. When it's the holidays, I can no longer partake. Yes, you can. With this journey, get your whole family involved. Instead of them being an influence in your life, you influence them on how easy it is to eat healthy, how you will benefit from it with ultimate health, with vibrant energy. Okay? The next thing is recognizing sacred space within yourself, within our body. Our body is a temple. It is a shrine. Whatever we put in it is what we're going to get out of it. If we put death in it, we're going to get death out of it. Death meaning those foods that's complex in starch, a lot of animal protein, a lot of dairy. We get fatigue. We get lack of energy. We get mental confusion. When we feed our body life, those foods that's raw, those foods that steam, whole grains, nuts and seeds and fruits, we get vitality. We get high energy. Okay? The next thing is going into your house and changing that space. Changing that space so that it is sacred. Everything that we come in contact with, you guys, is sacred. Every room we touch is sacred. So we want to first go into that kitchen and transform that so that that becomes a healing food chamber. Going into the cupboard and taking out those foods that create disease. Black pepper, table salt, Tony Sage, all-purpose seasoned salt, Creole seasoning, and replacing them with curry, cumin, Himalayan sea salt, fresh herbs. that tastes wonderful in your food, and it's a mouthful of flavor. Next, you want to go into the cupboard and take out those canned goods. Put them in the storage and use them when there is an ice storm or some type of natural disaster as backup. You don't want to use those canned goods as every day of way of eating your veggies because the mercury is not good for you. It contributes to Alzheimer's for a long time use if you use it. Also, even though it may say no salt, sodium is in it to preserve it. Okay, so you want to do fresh vegetables. Fresh, next thing to fresh will be frozen, but you want to absolutely do fresh. The thing with frozen is that when you freeze those vegetables and you unthaw them in the sink and you see that green water running down, well, that is your chlorophyll. That is your enzymes that you're actually losing. You lose a lot of your vitamins and minerals from frozen vegetables, okay? So you want to do fresh. The next thing is you want to go into your refrigerator. Take away that dairy product. That dairy product, you want to replace it with almond milk, flax milk, oat milk, rice milk. Any of the milk alternatives out there, you want to replace it. You want to replace your butter with either earth balanced butter, or you can use soy lecithin, a little olive oil, a little Himalayan sea salt, put it in a food processor, blend it up, and it has a buttery flavor. But my message to you is utilize the substitutes out there until your palate longs for something else. Okay? Meaning we recognize that if you've been eating a certain way, it's very hard and difficult for most people, not saying that it hadn't been done, to go from a fast food approach to eating to raw. Okay? Sometimes we have to transition on the foods that's out there, but recognizing that we don't need to stay on the soy products for a long period of time, but utilize them if you need them to get you to where you're trying to go. Okay, so the next thing, once you've transformed that kitchen into a healing food chamber, go into the bathroom so that it's a hydro chamber. If you hadn't went to the bathroom, get a coffee enema, olive oil, lemon, cayenne to flush the colon, castor oil, aloe vera juice, psyllium, any of those natural alternatives that'll flush the colon out, because death begins in the colon. What goes in must come out. If not, it builds toxins up in the liver, in the blood, and there is where disease begins. Next, once we've dealt with the mind, once we've dealt with the sacred space, the kitchen, transforming it to the hydro, transforming it to the healing food chamber, the bathroom, transforming it to the hydro chamber, then you want to recognize that our body is a machine. It is a machine just like the vehicle. What do we need to keep that vehicle going? We need gas. We need a tune-up. You need oil. Well, this body is a machine. What does it need to keep moving? It needs electro-fire foods, okay? Not just any food. Because you can feed your body food that has died or no longer have enzymes and minerals, and then you have no fuel to run on. Our body run on fuel. Those fuels being minerals, vitamins, and enzymes that we get from whole grain foods, from raw foods, from living foods. You become what you eat. If you feed your body life, you get life in return, vitality, good energy, mental clarity. I'm encouraging you to eat more salads, to eat fresh vegetables and fruits. Okay, so before you take that cleanse, before you say, I'm dedicating myself to change how I eat, let's first deal with the mind, breaking those old habits of saying, well, I was raised on this. It was good for grandma and great grandma. Breaking those habits of saying, I'm used to eating late at night. Breaking those habits of saying, I'm tired. I don't have the time to cook. Breaking those habits of saying, it was good for them, it's good for me. We must break those old habits. I'm here to help you. There are other people that's out there that's here to help you. Take advantage of the help that we have and fight for your life. Fight for the generations that's behind you. Let's break this generation's curses of eating poor habits, eating poorly. adopting poor eating habits. Okay? We can do this. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Heal yourself. Heal your mind. Heal your body. And heal your spirit. I am Vastette Agree. Until next time, good health.